Hey, today I'm going to be making a banana cake for you. It's actually a really good recipe, and I'm making this video especially for my dear friend Parviz in Dubai. It's one of the recipes that I have been making for the past 25 years. It's foolproof. It works every time, almost every time, and I'm going to share it now with you. It is the most dog-eared recipe in my recipe book, and it's really good because it's actually one of the healthier types of cakes. So I like to make it for Kiran, especially when she's having exams. She likes to have it with her breakfast. It's quite a nice, wholesome meal with a glass of milk. And if you want to like put, instead of flour, you put a little bit of like wheat, and you put a little bit of oatmeal in it. That would also make it like more healthy and really yummy, and kids probably wouldn't even notice it. So I am making this video for Parviz, but I'm making this cake for my dear friend Suhaima, who's down with COVID, and she needs a pick-me-up. She needs something healthy. She needs something sweet to get her through this quarantine and get her through this miserable virus. So here I go. What I've done is I have already mixed the flour. All right, I've mixed the flour. There's 2 1/3 cup flour in this. There's also 1 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder and baking soda, and just a dash of salt as well. So I've mixed this all together. Okay, now I am going to mix the wet ingredients. Okay, and that includes my melted butter, which is 2/3 cup of melted butter. Okay, this seems to be like a little bit too much butter, so I'm not going to use all of it. Okay, this is my melted butter. All right, and I'm going to mix this up with my sugar. Okay, now this cake has like a lot of sugar. It has about 1 2/3 cup of sugar, which is almost like 2 cups of sugar. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 1 cup of sugar in here. Okay, that's 1 full cup of sugar, and then I'm going to mix a little bit of brown sugar with this. Although this cake has not called for brown sugar, but I think it's slightly healthier, so I'm going to put in some brown sugar, and it'll give a really good flavor as well. Okay, so I've got that. All right, I am then going to mix the butter and sugar, and I have 3 eggs in here. So I'm going to first cream the butter and sugar. And I need to have this attached beforehand, so let me just quickly attach it. There we go. And it also needs to be plugged in. Okay, so this is how it's gonna look. And it's literally just gonna take a moment. I'm gonna put a little bit of vanilla in this. Okay, so I've got my vanilla essence, and I'm going to put just a cap full of it, which is more than enough. Okay, and let me grab the 3 eggs. Hold on a sec. Okay, I've got the 3 eggs, and I'm using actually 2 organic eggs and 1 regular egg. I generally use all regular eggs, but because I've run out of regular eggs, I'm using some organic as well. So organic eggs are slightly smaller than the regular eggs. So I'm going to see how it goes, and I might need to put in 4 eggs instead of 3. Let's see. Actually, these are pretty decent sized eggs. I think we'll be fine with our eggs. Okay, so we got our eggs in there, and this is for my friend who's got COVID. I think the healthier the better. So that's what it's gonna be. And now what I'm going to do, I've got my bananas all mashed up. Okay, these are the bananas, and oops, these are about, I would say, Pakistani bananas probably around 9, because they're very small bananas. Lekin if you are doing this abroad, I don't think you need more than 4 or 5 big bananas. Make sure they're really nice and soft and like kind of very bright. That makes the best kind of cakes, okay? Now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to incorporate the wet ingredients with the bananas and the flour mixture along with yogurt, which is what I'm about to get right now. And the yogurt was right next to me the whole time, okay? So anyways, I'm gonna just now incorporate this a little bit like this. And I'm gonna put a little bit of maida and a little bit of banana, more flour, more banana, and my yogurt. As you can see, I'm measuring it all very carefully. I will give you the recipe so you know exactly how much to put in. You're not confused. So this is looking really great. It's needs a little bit more flour because I think I put some extra bananas in here. And I might have dropped in a little bit too much of the yogurt as well. So basically you can just totally fix the recipe as you see fit. And now these are some crushed almonds and walnuts, which I'm now going to just kind of stir into this mixture, okay? And I'm going to sneakily also stir in some oats, just because I want this to be extra healthy, and also I don't think that anybody's gonna notice. Unless, that is, if they see this video. Okay, so now I'm just literally gonna stir this all together, okay? Like this. There we go. All right, and this is looking really yummy, okay? I absolutely love banana cake, okay? And it's really quite nourishing and healthy cheap snack, I would say. All right, let me get out my pans. Okay, I'm gonna make them in these two pans, okay? Hold on. Okay, I got my pans ready. I just needed to rinse them out a little bit. They came straight from the cabinet. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this mixture into one of these pans and then the second pan. And I've got two big cakes and I've got some batter left over for some cupcakes, okay? So I'm gonna keep the cupcakes for Kiran and I'm going to give the cakes away. Here are my cakes, okay? So now what I'll do is I'm gonna pop them in the oven and I'll show you once they're finished. I forgot to tell you that a great tip is to sprinkle a little bit of brown sugar on top of the cake. It actually gives it a lovely glaze, and this is a tip by an expert baker, Zara, and I just loved it when she sent it to me in Ramzan. So I've been doing it ever since, and it just kind of looks like a sprinkle on top, and I'm going to bake it. All right, and I'll be back to show you the finished product. Okay, I'm back, so I'm showing you what the finished product looked like. These are the cakes, and as you can see, this is that beautiful, beautiful brown sugar glaze. Even the cupcakes are looking great. So this is, okay, so this is a wonderful recipe, as I showed you, and it's super easy. I think it took me maybe less than 10 minutes to make the whole thing. Not including the baking time, of course. So I wish you the best of luck and happy eating and happy baking.